Today I will be running you guys through how to do a sumo style deadlift. There's a lot of how-to videos out there on YouTube right now, but a lot of these videos are conventional deadlift. So my main goal is to not only run you guys through the differences between a conventional deadlift and a sumo deadlift, but also some of the nuances to the stance and some helpful little tips and tricks, so you can pull it correctly and pull it without hurting yourself. So, first thing you want to do is you're obviously not pulling conventional. You know, if we pull conventional, we have our feet together, hands outside of our legs. For sumo, we're going to step our feet out, so our hips are angled out as well. You see, and this is kind of how it comes into play. Your feet kind of wherever you feel comfortable, and you'll kind of feel where your feet should go based on step two. And step two is our stance. So we're going to push our knees out until our shins are perpendicular to our feet. There's a straight line from our knees to our ankle. So step one, just feet out. Step two is getting that vertical shin, and that'll kind of let you know where your feet should be. Step three is our hand position on the bar. So for me, I like to pull a little bit inside the knurling. So what I'll do is take a finger gun, point it down and trace my middle finger right on the edge of this knurling. And from there, fingers pointed straight down, thumb goes behind the bar. And from here, for most beginners, you're just gonna grip the bar as such, so thumb is behind the bar, but still over your fingers. All right, so step three is kind of gonna be this straightening of the back. You know, in a sumo deadlift, you're always gonna be a little hunched over in the top of your back because you're kind of pulling between your legs, so your shoulders end up being rounded. So it kind of makes it look like your back is going from straight upper back, bent, straight lower back. And that's kind of what we want, honestly. But I'm gonna show you how to kind of suck your hips to the bar and get that stiff lower back so you can brace, and kind of what we call pull the slack out of the bar, which is you're just like getting really tense and you're pulling all the weight out of the bar right before it breaks the ground. I'm going to drop my hips and kind of push my chest up. And then you can see, like, I drop my hips and I push my chest up, and it draws my hips even further into the bar. And I kind of like to think of that as it's this helpful cue I think of called pits to pockets. So the idea, you're trying to pull these pockets on your hips to your armpit. Step five, the hinge. It's just going to be the hinge up to here, and then from here, lock out. And then just set the bar right back down. And we're going to do a side view of that as well. Same thing we talked about over there. I'm going to suck my hips into the bar. This is the end of step four. And then from there, we're breaking the ground. Then when we get to about our knee, my hips come in, my chest goes up, and my shoulders go back. And then from there, just set the bar down. All right, so from here, now that we've gone through all the steps individually, kind of our final step is to just pull it all together. Tie everything I talked about into one fluid movement off the ground back to the floor. So this is just our single rep of tying all of our steps together. One single rep of deadlift. Alright, so that's the end of the deadlift tutorial. I know that's probably not super fun or interesting to a lot of people, but you know, those of you that are out there interested in lifting, it's pretty important to know how to deadlift if you're going to. You know, there's a lot of intricacies and nuances to deadlifting correctly, and deadlifting incorrectly is usually a pretty good way to mess up your legs, mess up your lower back. So deadlifting with proper form, very important, and so that's kind of what I wanted to do, is outline not only how to deadlift the most amount of weight, but also deadlift safely and correctly so you're not at risk for those injuries.